Well, we've been working on the last 2 months some simple reminders of metaphysical principles. Have you been enjoying? Yes. Have you been remembering?
Sort of.
So we talked about our thoughts, we've talked about focusing, we've talked about the need for balancing, following intuition and action. We've talked about a lot of things in very simple terms. And I want to continue the theme. Today we're going to talk about the power of words. And when Spirit gave me this, I was very excited. It is such a simple idea, which we know, we already know. We know this. But to hear it again, to be reminded of the simple building blocks of our lives, I think is very important. And I love it. It's fun for me. So thank you for coming so I can have some fun this morning.
My pleasure.
All right, so today we're talking about words. And if you could record all of the words that come out of your mouth in a day's time.
We cry.
And then listen back.
I never leave the house.
But well, think with me. What you'd find is there would be a theme. There would be a theme. Some of us are repeaters. There would be a theme. There would be a theme. I happen to be a repeater, in case you didn't hear that. Some of us do repeat. Some of us tend to be commanders. Because we have this authority as we walk in the world, and our words have that bit of edge to them, and we command, and we go to our office and we command, and we're really respected, and we go home and we command, and we're not so respected. You know? Some of us are complainers. Even when we're saying, have a good day. Oh, I hope you have a good day. Good luck out there. Do you see? These themes, and some of us are defenders too. I didn't mean that. I don't know. We're always taking that defense posture. But our themes, when we think about how we speak, and we look at the overall theme, we can look at the general atmosphere that we're living in our world. Our words create our environment. So being aware that we tend to carry an overview is important, is it not? Mm-hmm. All right. So this energy is the energy you take out into the world, and it creates the environment in which you live. Our worlds are so creative. Our words are so creative. Our thoughts are magnetic, right? We've talked about it, focusing our thoughts, what we focus on expands, and it becomes a magnet to draw something to us. But when you speak it, you're calling it forth. You've now taken an invisible thought and made it visible with your words. Do you see the difference? I'm magnetizing good, I'm magnetizing good, I'm calling forth my good. Do you see the difference? Do you see? And a lot of us are real comfortable with trying to get our thoughts focused on it. We're going to think. But then our words, when they come out of our mouth, I'm magnetizing good, I'm magnetizing good, I'm magnetizing good. Oh, this is hard. That's what comes out of our mouths. Do you see? So, words is when the invisible becomes visible, and it's the first step in manifesting. It's the first step in manifesting. Scary, huh? All right. Words mold the manifest plane. It's the last step because we're calling it forth. All right. When you speak in any way that is complaining or belittling self in any way, you're negating the dreams that you're trying to create. You understand that? Do I need to repeat that?
Yes.
When you complain or belittle yourself in any way, you are negating the dreams you're trying to build. Okay? All right.
Wow.
Words. It is what you say, and it is how you say it. The energy behind the words give it power. It is what you say, and it is the energy behind how you say it. So when I was a little girl, I don't know if they still use this terminology, but we used to talk about getting a backhanded compliment. Do they still use that terminology? Like someone would say to me, I really like how my old minister used to tell that story. But you did a good job too. And now what are they saying? Not so good, Cindy. My old minister really had it down. Not so good. You cannot wrap a negative intention in good words and think that it's not going to reveal itself. And you cannot wrap on the other side negative, you can't wrap nice words with a negative intention, and you can't wrap negative words with a nice intention. They're going to come out with the mix of what you say and how you say it. Do you understand? And oftentimes we think we can say a word in a certain way and then say we didn't mean it that way, but that's how we said it. So what's going to be creative in our world? How you said it in addition to what you said. You see, do you see how powerful your words are? And trust me, people don't miss it. People don't miss what you said. You know, Cindy may smile at you and go, oh, I'm glad you like your old minister. But I heard you. I heard what you said. Will it change how I say the story? No. People hear what you're saying to them. All right. When we are mixing our energies, which most of us do. Are you all aware that you mix your energies?
Yeah.
Okay. You know why you do it?
We're afraid.
You're afraid to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid that the truth will hinder or harm someone else. So we mix these energies. And when you mix the energies, do you know what environment you're creating for yourself? Yeah. Mixed energy coming back at you. Why aren't people talking the truth to me? Why are people being a little avoidant? Why don't they speak up and tell me what's up? You know? Because that's the energy that you're putting out. So our words are very creative. Now, I want to show you visually a beautiful example of what your words do. And we're going to make it really simple now. Okay, everybody ready for simplicity?
Yeah.
Okay. In our world, most of us have, at one time or another, had a job. So I'm going to use a job as our first example. As my teaching angel comes out now.
Hey, can you see the board?
As every good teaching angel will ask. Okay.
It's on purpose.
Your job is this beautiful energy that is an arc. It's an arc of its own identity. This is your job. Now, in most good jobs, most businesses, let's say, they want good service. Don't they want to be of good service, whether they're doing a product or something? They want to have a good service. They want to be respected, do they not? I mean, how many businesses set out not to be respected in their industry? Okay. They want to earn money too, don't they? Don't you think? Earn money, yeah. They want to be efficient. Would you say businesses want to be efficient? Okay. And they want good customers. What business doesn't want good customers? Good customers that repeat and that love them and love the services they offer. So this is our arc for almost every company out there. Would you agree? Okay, have you worked for this company? Okay, so you come in and you get a job and you work for this company. So you work for the company. We need your picture up here. Do you see yourself? Is it?
My legs can't do that.
Make me smiling. That's fair enough. Okay. Now, you're working for this company, and you work for a while. And like everybody, you're pretty happy. And then all of a sudden, your boss is not doing what you want. And you start speaking somewhat disrespectfully about your boss. You say, gosh, I don't know about that person. They're pretty crazy. And I don't know anyone who hasn't said something disrespectful about your boss. Anybody out there? No. Okay. So now, you've just put an energy of disrespect towards your boss. Then, you're working for a while, you're getting to know things, and then you say, I don't like how they do things around here. This is not the way it should be done. And that begins to say the service that they're receiving the service is not adequate. You follow me? And you know what? I am not getting paid enough. I'm working, I'm giving the best I can, and they are not paying me enough money. And then you've had it, and you yell at a customer. Now, let's look at our picture. What have you just done to the energy of the company that you work for? You have just hindered and depleted the company you work for. Do you understand that? We think that once we're in the arc of the environment, we can say and do whatever we please because they hired us. Never. The minute you start doing this, even if you are one of 1,000,000 employees, the words out of your mouth are now depleting the energy of the company. And do you know what's going to happen to you? You will stop becoming efficient. So you've now depleted every energy that the company stands for, and now, do we know what our next step is? You will be released. You are no longer an asset, you are a burden. Now the company has to overcome your negative words every day to keep giving good service to the world, to keep being respectful, to keep earning money, to keep doing all these things. Do you all see clearly? Did you already know that? Or did you think you could get away with it? So, this little person that we have here now finds himself unemployed. And this is the company that they will draw. Erase all that. Was this new to anybody? And I think we all need to realize how powerful we are. When we go into opposition to the goal of the arc of our world, we deplete and disable that arc. So now the only company this little man can work for is a company that just wants to get by, a company that's hard to deal with. Anybody know these companies? A company that takes whatever money they can, however they can. And a company that doesn't care about their customers. I don't know, have you ever worked for a company like this?
Yes.
So you have.
How did it get started?
So, what we have now is a perfect match. We have the grumbling person complaining about the customer, and the company complains about the customer. Grumbling about the money, grumbling about the money. Do you see this? Now you have to, and are you going to be a burden to that company? No. Match made in heaven. Now, what if you start going to metaphysical classes and you start learning that, oh, I need to watch my words, and you go into your company and you say, no, I'm going to love my customers. No, I'm going to be easy to deal with. I'm going to take the best care of my customers possible. What's going to happen to you? You will be released. You will be released because you will be depleting the energy of the arc above you. You are not in harmony with it. Interesting? Now let's do our relationships. Our favorite part.
We're going to be here a while.
Are we having fun? Okay, we know everybody has a love relationship at some point in their life. Yes?
Yes.
And we know that we need to respect, don't we, the person we're with? We need to love the person we're with, don't you think? And we like to support the person we're with, don't we? And we love to have prosperity with the person we're with. Good. And do you not like to create with the person you're with? So now we have our beautiful being in this wonderful relationship. The arc of the relationship is based on respect, love, support, prosperity, and creating together. And then it's great, and you're having a good time. And then you wake up one day and you're looking at your pot and you go, how can you eat that crap every single day? This is awful. I don't want it in my refrigerator anymore. And what does that do to the support of your partner? That's all you got paid this week? How are we going to buy groceries? Does that kind of mess up your prosperity? I see faces. I think they've said this. Yeah, I'm tired too. You have no idea what it takes for me to get up, go to work every day, and come back and have clean laundry for you. What does that do? And, there we go. That's what it is. And then when you look at your partner, you say, I need a break. I'm going to go visit the boys or my girls or my grandma or whatever, and I'll be back when I'm back. How does that feel? Every one of these attitudes begins to eat away at the arc of your relationship. The words and the energy begin to take away the respect, the love, the support, and the prosperity. Do you understand? And do those words not come out of your mouth? Can you clearly see, in some form or another, in some language or another, can you clearly see that it will begin to dismantle the relationship you're trying to build? And then if you erase them, you can see that what is left is very, very little energy. It'll eat away at it until the respect is no longer there. And I can tell you, I know many, let me go on with that, a long time, many people who come to counseling who have lost respect for their mate. They're still with them, but they've lost respect. That's the first thing that goes out the window. And then when you lose respect, you don't support them. Then you start blaming them for all the money that's being spent. And do you want to create with that person? Heavens no, you don't even know why they're sleeping in that bed. You know? When you start taking your sledgehammer at love, you're ending the relationship. All of these words become sledgehammers. And when you start hammering that love out, you can pretty much know that the die is cast. We have to watch our words. Fun? Yes. I'm having fun. Are you listening? Yes. And do you hear me? Yes. Even when things are not going your way, even when things are not going to a space that brings you joy, there are ways to say your truth in a kind and loving way rather than a dismantling of my ideal way. That isn't working for me right now, but you go ahead. That's not working for me. You go ahead. I know when David was little and I was fresh into watching my words, and you know when you've got a toddler and a baby coming 3, 4, 5, your words come flying out. And so we're shopping and I'm on a strict budget because it's me and him and we're squeaking by. But I learned to say no instead of no, you cannot have that. That's not in our budget right now, baby. And he would hear me. And I remember when he was 2 years old, I told him straight up, man, you're going to have to manifest that if you want it. Straight up. And he would. He would look at me with his little big blue eyes and he'd go, okay, Mommy. And darn if he didn't manifest it. Somebody would give him exactly what he wanted. It would fall from the sky. And he would. There are always ways to bring the energy of communication into a positive state that doesn't deplete from the environment we want to create. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Jesus said there are only 2 classes of men. Those who build up the race and those who tear it down. Those who build up the race. Can you see how your words sometimes put you in the tear down class? You know, we don't want to be tearing down anybody. We want to be building up. But our words, our indifference, our flippant and energy and attitude, instead of realizing I'm creating with my words. I'm creating with my words. Everything can be said positively. And when you're working with someone, let's say you're working for a boss you don't care for, that may not be my way, but I'm here to serve you. You agree to serve them. And if you cannot serve them, you need to leave. Simple. Are y'all hearing me? Okay. All right. All of the arcs of our world we have created to live the life we want to live. We are building our experience with our words. And now let's take a look at our themes. Think about the themes we spoke of in the beginning. Think about the themes running through these arcs. Maybe we're going to try to be really good and watch our words with our loved one, our lover or our spouse. Okay, I'm going to watch my words and not say anything negative. But what's my theme? Am I a complainer? Am I a repeater? If I'm a repeater, I might be driving him crazy, repeating all the time, you know? Think about your themes as well as your specifics. And be aware that both of those can be moved to positive. Spirit gave me this affirmation for us this morning. I am not a victim to my life. I am the creator of my life. And I now create great things. I now say great things. I'm not the victim of my life. I am the creator of my life. And I now say great things. What if we could make that our theme? And just catch ourselves when we want to say something, go back to that. I say great things. Make it that simple. I say great things. Could that become a theme, do you think, for you? I say great things. We are all here to create our world. Our words tell the world who we are. Simple. Fun. Yay! How powerful are we to our environment? How helpful can we be to those we serve? How creative can we be to our own world? Do you understand? But it makes us be aware of what we say. When we support a dream of another, we can support ourselves. When we are kind and loving and clear with our words, we support anyone we're with. Sound good? Are you having fun? Let's go within. God. God. Everyone say God out loud.
God.
How does that feel?
Good.
Just to say God. God. We ask that your love surround each one here. And ask that a beautiful column of light come over them. And as this column of light comes over you, feel that you're really in a safe space. But I want you to begin to see the vibration around you in your auric field of all the words that you've uttered just this week. Just see like little lights moving around that represent the energy of the words that have come out of your mouth. And notice one thing. Are they heavy or are they filled with light? Do they lift up or do they tear down? Just notice. Most of us will have a mix. And I want you to say in this energy, out loud, I am not a victim to life.
I am not a victim to life.
I create my world.
I create my world.
I now choose to say great things.
I now choose to say great things.
And now look at the auric field around you. Notice the shift in the energy. Whatever you see, just notice. And feel the difference in this commitment. I now say great things. And Father, I ask that your light just move through each one of us so we become awake and aware to our words. Awake and aware to our energy. To the building up, to the tearing down. And I want you to now, in your mind's eye, open your hand in this auric field. And I want you to receive a symbol. It could be a sound, a thing, anything, a symbol that for you, when you see it in the world, you are reminding yourself to say great things. Just give yourself a moment. Your hand is open. Could be anything that's given to you. And when you see it or hear it or taste it or smell it in the outer world, to remind yourself to say great things. Do you have it? If you have not yet received it, just ask the universe to drop it in your mind as you go about your day. And when you see this symbol in the outer world, in your mind's eye or in anything around you, you are immediately reminded to say great things. Take the symbol or the gift and place it into your heart. And feel that beautiful love of God. You create your world. Father, we ask that that beautiful light of each of our Christed natures begin to move into our bodies so that our words become the words of light. So that our words are filled with love. And that our words are filled with peace. Feel it moving through. Take a breath. And we love you, God. And together, let's say, let there be light.
Let there be light.
And service. Well, I hope you got a symbol. If you did not, be open to receive one. And you'll be surprised how often that symbol will appear to you when you need it most. So, you know what your homework is? You're willing to do it?
Yes.
All right. Say, yeah, God.
Yeah.